My husband and I, we were young and struggling. And we were living downtown Fort Worth, Texas. The neighborhood was pretty bad. Drugs, there was just all kinds of things that could have gone down. Me and my husband didn't have things handed us. We didn't come from money. My husband was doing welding at that point, and I was moving up the ranks in the pharmacy industry, and we worked very hard to get to where we were at. Cameron was my 3-year-old. He was my easy child. Skylar was born May of '05. We were ready for the little princess. And boy, is she that, but we adore her. When my children were born, my life changed. I quit living for me. I was living for them. It was my job to watch over them and make sure they were safe. We had started looking for a home in a good school district. One night, my husband came home and let me know that he had found a house in a good school district that we could afford. I was thrilled that he found a home for us, absolutely thrilled. It was about a 30-minute drive to the house. We come off the main road, past all these fields. There was only 4 houses on that road. We're pretty far separated from each other. When we pulled up, I fell in love immediately. It was a single story. You had to step up on the porch to go in the front door. My favorite room was the nursery. It had lots of windows and was very sunny and perfect for the baby. Coming from the situation that we were in, it was huge. This was going to be our permanent home for me and the kids, you know, and our life. We had only been there maybe a week. It was nighttime, and the kids were asleep in bed. My husband and I were in the living room watching the television. I noticed a shadow on the wall. It looked like it was almost a liquid that flowed up the wall. It covered almost the whole ceiling. It was that big. Then it traveled down along the ceiling, down the hallway, into the nursery. My husband asked me if I saw that, and I insisted that it had to be headlights from the outside. The headlights had caused the shadow, and everything was fine, you know. And of course, he argued the point that it wasn't like a normal shadow. We didn't argue for very long. We ended up going to bed, and he didn't want to talk about it any further. We woke up the next morning and resumed life as normal, you know. The perfect house and the perfect life, and just moved forward. Two weeks after we see the shadow, my husband and I were in bed. Suddenly, I hear music that's coming from the nursery. It was one of the toys going off. I took the batteries out of it, and it stopped. Oddly enough, Skylar was sleeping just fine. So I went back to bed. Maybe 2 minutes later, the toy went off again. Something's not right. It felt very wrong. I didn't believe in ghosts, and I didn't believe in that sort of thing. If I acknowledged that, I had to acknowledge a whole other realm of thinking that I didn't want to go there. Skylar was moved to Cameron's room. And we closed the nursery off. We didn't use it anymore. Even then, we just didn't talk about it, you know? To me, it was embarrassing, to be honest. This particular night, I'm antsy and I can't get to sleep. I hear the living room TV come on. My husband was asleep, and 1920s music playing. Kind of like, you know, the flapper age. Right as I turned off the TV, it just sounded like children crying. Like somebody's harming them, you know, like they're being hurt. It's not just one or two, I mean, it was a lot. It was coming from the nursery. This was odd because the kids were in their bed, which was in the other end of the house. And I go to open the door. The crying stops. The TV comes back on. There's this dread feeling, like something's not right. Right as I go to hit the button to turn it off, it's like the volume goes to full blast. Let me in. This real loud blast of, let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. Electricity hits my chest and just runs through my arms, my legs. I'm thinking in my mind, I'm dead.